Hi to everyone. It's Emanuele from Italy, but you know me better as Evil Dead Italia. This is the first live in which Evil Dead Italia collaborate with someone. In particular, this one is a collaboration, is streaming of the roleplay game session. The roleplay game is called VHS, like the tapes, you know. Um, that VHS in this case stands for Very Horror Stories. This is a role-play game about horror, and is is inspired from the horrors we love more, the horror from 80s and 90s, and today is a special day for VHS by Ace Game because this is the day in which crowdfunding campaign was started. Is not the first campaign Ace Game do for VHS. This is the second season of the game. That means that more movies are going to join, let's say, the collection of this VHS. Just to show you, I have two of the movies, let's say, tapes from the first collection. These are very nice packaging. In real, these are not real VHS, obviously. These are just the packaging of a fake VHS, as you can see. And in the inside, you have the manual, and all the stuff you need to play. So some obviously some token of the game, and some monster card, and some character card, pre-made character card, and oh, sorry, I'm not so good in showing this kind of stuff. And moreover, obviously, some maps that need to be unfolded to be showed better. This is, for example, one of the movies included in the Unchained box. So, without any further ado, I will going to show you the campaign that started today, in order to make you understand better what the game is about, and then I'm going to show a session we recorded a week ago. In this session, we did a session about inspired by the Evil Dead. And we have a lot of fun, not just me, but even with Silvia Ricò, that is the founder of the project Horror Dipendenza, that is a very well-known page and profile on Twitch and on Facebook for the Italian audience. So first of all, I'm going to show you the campaign. I'm going to post the link of the campaign in under this video. So this is the page of the campaign. I'm going even to show you the trailer of this campaign, just to make you understand better. This is the link of the campaign. I'm posting it on the comments. Okay, so this is the video. I'm going to show you full screen. So as I've shown to you, this is the video of the campaign. Just a moment, I'm coming back to the screen. Okay, so how this campaign work? I already posted the link under this very video. You can go there if you would like to participate. You can crowdfund this project. As I said, is a role play, is an horror role play game, and this second season feature some news, some new inspired box B movies, zombies, and poltergeist and ghosts substantially. One other very nice thing of this game is that they have even you have even the possibility to play it for free with a link I'm going to post even. Is called a quick starter, let's say a minimum set of rules and material you can download from your PC and try the game before obviously support it. I'm going to post even this one. Moment, I'm not so able today. Okay, it's arriving. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can participate to this campaign. Simply, there are different tier of pledging, and you can crowdfund the project, selecting which one fits best for you, and so you just need to select this one of these level. In the pages, everything is explained in the best way possible, with any picture of the game, and with all the information you need to understand if this one is the game for you or not. However, without any further ado, I'm going to show you the session that we played the last week. This is fully inspired by The Evil Dead. It's a very nice tribute, and we had a real fun playing it. So here it is, the video. There is a little problem at the beginning of the video. There is a section in which the character card, this one, are explained, and how they are, let's say, how they work. The problem is that while the card is explained, there is no image of the card, so I'm going to show you before and later. However, if you have any doubt, you can visit the link I put on under the video. Okay, so here it is, the session.
Welcome everybody to our very horror story, because that's what we are going to play tonight. Tonight we're going to play VHS, or Very Horror Stories, a role-playing game by Aces Games, written by Simone Morini. My name is Mattia, and I will be your game master or director for tonight. And with me, I have my two lovely victims, I mean players. So why don't we take a moment and you introduce yourselves, please?
I am Emanuele from Italy, but you know me better as Evil Dead Italia, and I am a very, very hardcore fan of the Evil Dead franchise, and I am very happy to play this session, this very horror game. So I cannot wait to start.
Hi, I'm Silvia. I run this little horror project called Horror Dipendenza. I'm obviously huge horror movie lover and horror movie collector, and also an enthusiastic horror gamer.
Very good. Yes, and as Emanuele said, tonight you are playing in an IP that I also personally love very much. It's Evil Dead. We're playing a story inspired by the Evil Dead movie series. I'm going to play a little bit of music for us, which is I'm going to use the official VHS soundtrack. And I'm going to do a brief introduction of the main rules. I'm not going to go over every rule, of course, because it's not that kind of video. Just, what we need to know, what you need as the players to know to start playing. And we are going to go over the other rules as we come across them during the game. Of course, should you have any doubt or question during the game, feel free to just interrupt me and ask. I will chop only probably one of your fingers if you do so, maybe two. Let's see. Okay, so if you take a look at your character sheet, on the right side you have your image and your name and a brief bio. We are interested in the left side of the character sheet. Just under your name, you have your inventory. They are your hit points. If you run out of this, you're dead. You're dead disco. Seeing as you have a very few of this, this is you can see that this is quite a high mortality rate game. And then you have your instability points, which is your mental state. If you run out of this, you enter in shock, which is not death, but it's still pretty bad. Right under those, you have your parameters first, and the parameters are the core of your character. Whenever you will have to take a test, this game uses a couple of six-sided dice. Your classic dice. It even has some special made dice. Let's see if I can show some of them. You see, maybe they're very nice. You just need again 2 six-sided dice, and the system it's a roll under system. So whenever I'll tell you to take a test, you need to roll two dice, and if you meet or go under the number of your parameter, it is a success. If it is over, it's a failure. You have, as you can see, you have multiple of these columns. There's a yellow one, a red one, and a blue one. Why is that? So, first one, yellow one, is for when you're in a calm state. The red one, the middle one, is for when you get scared, you get into a fear state. And as you can see, the parameters change. The blue one, where the parameters are lower, it's the shock. Again, if you get in shock, you are going to use only that parameters, which are all lower. And you can get out of shock only by using certain special abilities if you have them, or some special items that you can find, some special medicine. On the right of that, you have your special ability, which is unique to every character. Basically, you can create your own special ability using some guidelines that are in the game manual. But again, essentially, every player can create their own special ability to give to their character. Under that, you have your traits, which are different kinds of abilities that you can pick at character creation. And again, you see that you have 2 whose name is in yellow, which means that are those that you will be able to use when you're in a calm state. And those under are the name is in red, because it's those that you will be able to use when you're in a fear state. So again, calm and fear state, there's no one is better than the other. They are different. You can use different abilities, and sometimes for the most part, I'm going to tell you when you switch from calm to fear, with the possibility, at least sometimes, to resist it at a cost. But other times, it could be a choice to switch from one state to the other, and you will be able to do so if you willingly sacrifice 1 instability point. So the price is quite high, because it's very hard to recover instability point. But should you really have the need to do so, just know that you can willingly switch states. Under the traits, you have your equipment. So every character has a starting equipment, which can be weapons. If it's weapons, the number beside that, it's the number of uses you have before either it breaks. If it be some kind of medicine, which either something to recover wounds or something to recover instability points, if it's kind of of something for the mind, or other kind of items that can be used in a more narrative way. So not everything in the game needs to be controlled by a rule. So sometimes, personally, I welcome um, original solutions to problems that don't necessarily rely on the rules or on the items you have. So feel free to try and test your luck on something weird or strange. You're going to need quite a bit of luck. Essentially, during the game, you are going to explore a map, and while either avoiding bad things that will actively try to hurt you very, 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 very much. So that's the core of the game. So I think I have explained pretty much everything we need to start. If there is no particular doubt, I think we can start. We're going to do a brief narrative introductions as to will tell you how and why your characters are going where they're going, and after that we are going to start with the adventure proper. So are we ready?
I have just a question.
Yeah.
My under equipment, my semi-automatic pistol just indicated the maximum of bullets, but the number of bullets that are in the pistol are not specified.
You are right. Let's see. Let me check. Okay. You can write. Sorry. You start with 6 bullets.
Fine. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So, are we set?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So, it is not chilly, just a fresh autumn evening, early evening. It's the start. It's maybe half of September. So that's why you, Toby Arnold, which is the character that Manuele plays, you have lowered the window of your car as you're going on the road. You received a phone call from one of your clients that not your best behaving client, since apparently he got into quite a bit of trouble and he needed you to take his case. So you're his lawyer, and this to be fast, because you really needed to be there for the parole audience. You decided to take a little detour and go through the woods, which surround the zone, the area called Lakeview. So your car is going. It's a little bit strange, though. You feel like you should have gotten out of this area of the woods at least 20 minutes ago. So you're either lost or something else is happening. And it's not long after you realize that you're driving your car, that you hear something. It's not working in your engine, and your car just slowly goes to a stop, completely dead. So you get out of the car and you watch around you. You should be able to see a little portion of the map that I enlightened for you. So you look around yourself and you find, again, it's the woods. It's not strange. There is. You put your hand in your pocket and you try to take your cell phone to to warn, to call your client and tell him you're having some problems. But the phone, just like the engine of your car, is completely dead. Shows no sign of working. And it's just at that moment that you hear footsteps just behind the tree, just to your right. You turn around and you see coming up from behind a tree a young girl, short black hair, big round glasses, wearing an oversized hoodie, and which is you, Amelia Green. You actually willingly went to this place because you are a hunter of anything that is ancient and especially relates to the supernatural. And you had received from one of your contacts the news that there was the possibility that some kind of very important artifact was being held and hidden in an area near Lakeview. The news where the information was very foggy. It was not clear at all. It had been handed down by many people, but you just could not resist your curiosity and decided to went there. So you hitched a few rides because you do not have a car on your own, and started walking inside the woods. But then again, you also realized that you were quite lost until you heard the engine of a car and you saw a car just pulling up near your where you were standing and just stopping, and this man getting out and trying to use a cell phone. So that's how you initially see each other.
Hi. Hi. Can you help me? I think I'm lost.
Oh, that's wonderful, because I'm lost too. Uh,
Oh.
How do you reach here?
I'm here because I'm doing some research. Why are you here?
Just working here, but my car broke, and so
Oh,
I'm a little bit in despair in this moment, in this very right moment.
is your cell phone work right now?
Absolutely not. So
Not.
I think we are in a big problem here. Do you know how to reach the closest residential zone, or no? There is no way in which we we can move.
It is just as you are talking and saying this. You both at the same, more or less at the same time, notice something. It is a quiet evening, and there is absolutely no wind. So, why are the trees moving? And just as you notice that, you instinctively look down and you see the shadows of the tree, the profile of the shadows of the tree starting to get longer and longer, much longer than it should be with the sun at this height. And they look like they are reaching towards you. And the shadow of the branches spread out like wrinkly, long fingers reaching towards your shadow. And you, at the same time, you hear from everywhere and from nowhere, you hear.
Okay. This place gives me chills. I don't know. Maybe.
At the same time, a mist starts to rise all around you, and just a few moments, the sun, which was already setting, the sun is completely obscured, and you are submerged in a milky white mist, which opens up a little bit just in one direction. You see, more or less to your right, you see what looks like the front of a building, some kind of, if you're not sure, some kind of wooded cabin. It's not It's not near, but it's the closest thing you see to something towards civilization. Oh, and by the way, this it's what it's called the first scare in the game, and you both switch to the fear state. So keep this in mind should you need to do
Okay.
some tests.
Okay, cool. Well, this is a fantastic evening for a walk in the trees. So I suppose we could move to
Yeah.
that building there.
Okay, so feel free to put your tokens in the on the map in the area on the lower right that I had highlighted. So you click on the name of your character on Roll20, and you drag it on the area on the map, and your token should pop out. There you go.
Okay.
Wait a moment. On the character.
Yes,
tab,
on the
right?
name of the character, you click and drag on the map.
Okay, the name. Okay, I have it.
Yeah, the name.
Okay, here I am.
There
Okay.
you go. Okay,
Here we
so now starts the game proper. So again, you will explore the map, and in this case, you are in one area. You can decide where to go. There are many adjacent areas, and just know that when you move from one area to the other, you can do so choosing one of two ways to do so. You can explore. If you do so, you may have the chance to find something useful, like an object or some information, but you will give me more chance to make something bad happen. Let's say so. Or you can do it by trying to be stealthy. If you move stealthy, you won't be able to explore, but it's going to be harder for me to make something bad happen. So let's just leave it at that.
I want to move in stealth mode because I want to reach a shelter quickly.
Okay, so I guess you want to move to the north towards the cabin.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show the area. Just give me a second. So
I'm Amelia.
Yes.
By the way.
I am Tob. I am Tob. Nice to meet you, even if it's not the best place to meet.
Yeah.
Just a second, and oh, it's so slow. And there we go. So you can move your token to that area. Okay. So Amelia is moving stealthy. And what are you doing, Todd?
Well, I tell something like, "Oh, not so fast," and I follow her, but not in a stealthy way. I am
okay. So
can
yes, you're searching. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Can I move my token in the
yes,
zone?
Of course.
Okay. Here it is.
Perfect. So let me just do a little bit of a roll. Okay. So let's see. Okay, let me just reroll that. Ooh, okay. Okay, so you start walking, let's say north towards the cabin, and after a few minutes of walking, the trees, they maybe you weren't paying too much attention before, but they're starting to look different. They look. Some of them look charred, like they were either burned or they have been long dead, so long that they are almost mummified. It's definitely not a pleasant feeling, and you, Amelia, you are trying to be very, very careful. You Tob, you're a little bit less so. You are doing like a little jog to keep up with Amelia that had gone before you, and you stumble upon. Let me see. Okay, so your foot stumbles upon something. You hit something. You see a little form tumbling away from you. You go and check it out. It's a box. It's a little box. It looks like some kind of medicine. You see a red cross, and it looks like it's a little bit old, but it doesn't look like it's expired. You check it out, and you have found 1 dose of a sedative. You can write it on your character
Okay.
sheet.
Okay, cool.
So the sedative is used to recover one. It has 1 use. You can use it to recover 1 instability point, and you can also cure the shock state.
Cool.
And right as you are looking for this at this little box, wondering who left it and why is it here, I'm going to need you to do a little test. So let's do the first roll of the game. I'm going to ask you to do an agility roll, please.
Okay.
So
So I am in a fear state, right? So
yes.
the red column.
So your agility is actually higher. It's 9. So you
It's
need
9.
to beat to do 9 or lower
Less
with
or
a
less.
2d6.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
9 or
rolling.
less.
I'm rolling here,
Yes.
and I did 3.
It's an excellent success. So good for you, because what happens is you are looking at the box and you just, for a moment, you hear a rustling behind you. You turn around very quickly and you see that one of the trees had actually extended one of his branches towards your neck. And just as it tries to grab you, you are able to step back and avoid this. But the tree starts to lash out like a whip. But you are just out of its reach. So you have avoided quite a bit of danger.
I mean,
Oh my
I don't
God.
like here. I don't like here.
There's something wrong with these trees. Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah. This tree seems alive, but I don't believe this, so I think we need to leave here.
Okay.
Um,
So first of all, since nothing awfully bad happened, just a little bit bad, you can go back to a calm state for now. And you, in front of you, you have the chance to explore. If you want to keep moving north, you can. There are 2 areas. Basically, there is one to the upper right, and there is one to the upper left. So decide where do you want to go.
I have
So-
just a question. Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
What is the meaning of the letters on the map?
It's just to keep track of what area are you in. It's for me.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
so I don't know where the chalet is.
You can see it. It's more or less straight to the north. It's just, if you look at the map, I highlighted the area.
Okay, I just go straight on.
Okay, cool. So let me show the area. Just a moment. Okay, there you go. So you can move your token, and you tell me if you want to move stealthily or explore.
Explore now.
Okay. So you keep walking, and you get to an area where the trees don't look so twisted and wrong and rotten as they did, a couple 100 yards before where we were, and where you saw a tree actually try and capture your companion. And you just moving a few branches, you stumble upon what looks to be like an old, maybe probably a tool shed. A little wooden construction, which has seen better days. So to be honest, but it looks like it's still holding on somehow.
Okay. There's something I can use or steal from there.
You can try, of course. So first, so you are exploring. So let me see. Okay. me check. Perfect. I'm going to do another roll. It's okay. So first, tell me, Tob, what are you doing? Are you following Amelia?
Yes, I'm following Amelia, and since I gain a little bit of confidence avoiding that tree branch, I'm not in stealth mode, but I still in search mode.
You're exploring. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So let me just sign. Okay, so first, so you can move your token. And you see again, Amelia. It's going to. So you're going, Amelia. You're going towards the shed.
Yeah.
Okay. So first, you see that there is a door, a wooden door. It's pretty evident that it is not closed. It's just hinging, resting on the hinges. And you find that on the front of the door, something has been nailed to the door. You find something that looks like maybe a necklace. You see a simple leather strap with something that looks like a little bit of a drink catcher, but made of bones.
Okay.
It's pretty strange, but it looks like something that was made to, keep out some evil influences. And you instinctively reach out and grab it, and you can write in your equipment that you have a keepsake. So, Toby, you also have one, and the item basically, if you are going to feel your last to lose your last instability point with a keepsake, you can roll a dice. You can roll a die, and if the roll is a 5 or 6, you do not lose that point.
Okay.
So now you both have a keepsake.
It is a single use or more multiple use?
Single use.
Single use. Okay.
So you, Amelia, you find that, and you start opening the door to the shed. And Toby, you follow her pretty closely. You get inside, and it's very badly illuminated. So, you know, there is just the little bit of milky white light that is reflected from the mist. But you find that there is actually a light bulb. So you pull a little bit, a little chain, and this very old light bulb comes to life after a couple of tries, and you find yourself in again. You have the confirmation that it is an old tool shed. There are many kind of utensils, but most of them, like hammers, a couple of saws, most of them are so much covered with rust that they would probably crumble just as you would try to touch them. They have been here a very long time. You start trying to go over the shelves and see what you can find. The only few things that you find, first you stumble upon a box. You can try and shake it. It contains something metallic, and you find a few pretty long nails, like 3 to 4 inches long. There are 5 of them that miraculously, for some reason, are not as rusted as the others, as the other stuff that maybe they could be of some use. So one of you can write that you find those 5 nails, 5 big iron nails. And there are also a few other things. You see, you keep going in the tool shed, and at the end of the tool shed, on the wall opposite to the door, there is actually a table, and on that table there is a clamp, a big iron clamp that is holding something. At first, your own shadow kind of covers it, but as you move to see it, you find that it is a human skull that is being held by the clamp, and you take a step back in fear. So first of all, we'll highlight this as a crime scene, and since you are seeing a body or part of a body, you go into fear state. You can try to resist it if you want. If you want to try and resist it, you have to roll a mind test. But again, if you fail the test, not only you switch to fear mode, but you will lose 1 instability point.
Okay. Okay, I try.
And and you also lose automatically one instability point because you're finding human remains. That's bad.
Okay. Okay, I try anyway.
Okay. So roll a mind test.
6 and 1, so 7.
7, so you have 9, so yours is a success. So you just lose 1 instability point and you don't go in fear state. You remain calm.
Okay.
Toby, what are you doing?
I try to resist. Yes.
Okay.
I have
Roll
to do
mine.
7 or less, right?
Yes,
Because
7 or lower.
And I did 8.
That's a failure. The first failure of the night. So sorry, but you lose 2 instability points and you switch to fear state, which gives me something. So don't be afraid to ask me something about your special abilities if you don't want to know how to use them. And again, feel free to try and use them, and I'm going to tell you how they works.
Okay,
But
so I am in the red column, right? The red
Yes,
column
yeah.
now. Okay.
Yes, the red column. So you both take a step back, but you, Amelia, you are able to control your breath a little bit more and don't get scared. You are able to analyze the situation a little bit more. You see that the skull is not the only thing on the table. You see yes.
Yeah, I take a closer look first at the table because I want to I try to understand who he is, the person, the head person on the table, and then I look around searching for other tools, maybe some weapons.
So yes, you find a couple of things on the right of the skull. You see there are some papers rolled up, and so you open the papers, and you see that it is actually some kind of blueprint for a building, probably. And by judging at the shape of the building, it could be a map of the cabin that you are trying to reach. So that's called what you found is called a partial map. And so because you found that, I will reveal part of the map that you normally would not be able to see. So this and this, you see that it is a one-floor cabin with a basement. So you are able to see the form of the building. And hanging on the right, on the wall to the right, you see another tool that looks in a better shape than of the rest, which is a big old chainsaw hanging from the wall.
Oh yes. Can I take it with me, or it's too heavy?
You absolutely can. It's a little bit heavy, but it's not unusable. So you can write in your equipment that you have a chainsaw with enough fuel for 4 attacks. It's a melee weapon and it's brutal. What does it mean? Let's just go quickly over this. In combat, usually weapons just inflict 1 wound to the enemy. Both melee and ranged weapon. The only exception to this are brutal weapons. But in order to be able to fully use brutal weapons, you need to have a certain level of strength for melee weapons. Meaning, if you use a brutal melee weapon and your strength is 8 or higher, you will inflict 2 wounds upon attacking. Otherwise, it's going to work as a normal weapon.
Okay, perfect.
So you gingerly and lightly try to take the chainsaw. It's a little bit heavy, but ka-chunk, and you hold it and you try the weight. It's a little bit heavy, but it's not. It's going to do his job.
Well, during this is happening, I am still like freezed. I'm still there, and I'm watching her and say something like, "Oh my gosh, where the hell we are? I mean, where we are finished. This is a nightmare, I suppose."
Come on, Toby, look at this map. We should reach this chalet, and now I have this cool weapon, so we can do it.
I suppose we can find a good shelter for the night before leaving here.
So right now we know the existence of this chalet, so we
Yes.
know. Okay. Okay. Try to reach it.
Okay, so you get out and leave the area. So, guessing you move towards this J area. And are you moving stealthy or in other ways, or are you exploring?
I'm exploring.
Okay. So more, feel free to move your token. And Toby, what are you doing?
Well, this place smell of death. I would like to move cautiously.
Okay. So Amelia takes off. You see Toby. You see Amelia take off. Maybe feeling emboldened by having found such a peculiar weapon. So she goes off before you and goes towards the cabin. You move a little bit more cautiously, given that you were the one that was attacked by a freaking tree before. So you're try to move a little bit more stealthily, and you're a little bit behind her. So you close the door of the shed, and you take a couple of steps, and you stop because you seems like you're hearing something from the shed. You feel a voice, a female voice, going, "No, please, no, no, why, no, no." It's very subtle and very low, but you are sure you are hearing this.
I close my eyes and I try to, uh,
Oh,
leave my head. This stuff just need to leave my head. Leave my head.
Perfect. So, Amelia, you are exploring. Okay, so you can move your token towards the J area. Let me check something.
okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm not rolling too well tonight. Oh, I think you lost your token. There you go. Here. And Toby, you can move too since you went and you moved stealthily, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you gingerly both walk towards the entrance of the cabin, and the cabin is looks quite old. Probably, judging by the style and how it was built, it's probably something from 40, maybe even 50 years ago. That maybe someone renewed a couple of times to use as a family vacation house or a hotel or something like that. But right now it's pretty worn out. It looks like it has not seen some manutention in quite some time. And you start getting near the windows and the front door, and you can see that the front door is closed, and the windows. You try and maybe watch through the windows, and you see that the windows are covered, so you cannot really see what's inside.
Um,
So yeah, tell me what you want to do.
I don't see the chalet on the map. It's still dark.
Oh, sorry. Let me adjust. Let's see. Maybe like this. Okay. You should see it now. It's right in front. It should be right in front of you.
Not yet. I don't know.
I think roll 20 is a bit slow. Let me see. Maybe like this. Okay. Toby, do you see it?
Yeah, absolutely. I see it.
Okay.
I see the.
Yeah, I think it's roll 20. It's a bit slow. You can try and refresh the page.
Okay. I'm here. Okay.
Again, as I was saying, the front door is locked. It's closed. You don't know if it's locked or not. And again, the windows are covered from the inside. It's either tents or drapes or something has been put on on the window, so you can't really see what's inside.
As you said, the door is closed.
Yes.
Okay. I try to take a look through the windows.
Okay, so the windows are covered by something on from the inside. It's either
Okay.
drapes or some big object that's been put against the windows. You can see maybe one looks to be, it seems wood. Maybe it's look like someone moved some furniture and put it against the window.
Okay. Um, well, maybe I try to open the door, force the door.
Okay, so you try and open the door, and you try the handle, and it does open. It opens towards you, but as you open it, you find that again a huge barricade of the
Okay.
passage. It looks like someone went a long way to make sure nobody would be able to get inside this cabin.
Okay.
It,
Um,
yeah.
well, we can't spend the night out there, so um, I
Did
don't
you
know.
did you hear the voices? Did you hear the voices? I think I'm
Uh,
getting mad.
yes, I hear that.
We
And
need to move in.
as you say that, Amelia, you both hear a voice from your right that says, "Well, I didn't hear anything, dearies." And you turn to your right and you see a hulking big figure just to your right, Toby. And it's the tallest, fattest man you have ever seen, wearing a long black coat and a bowler hat, and with a big umbrella on his in his right hand. And this is the first apparition of the monster.
What the fuck?
His skin is white and saggy and partially rotten, probably. And the coat is partially open on his big fat chest. And with your very big horror, you see something moving under his skin. And you're pretty sure you can see the outline of some faces moving under his skin. And he looks at you with a big white grin and says, "Are you lost, dearies?" So, first of all, I'm sorry, but if you weren't, you get into a fear state, you cannot resist this, and you lose an instability point.
Okay. So I am in shock. I am in shock.
Ouch.
Substantially.
Okay. So
Because
yeah,
I have
you're going
lost
to
already
use
two.
the yeah. So when you get in shock, you cannot use your special ability, and you will be able to use only two of your traits, which I'm going to roll randomly right now. So you will be able to use only strategist, so the second yellow one, and rapid reflexes, the first red one.
Okay.
So this is the monster, and of course we are getting into a fight. Sorry. This is Evil Dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, how does fighting work? First, we are going to roll. We don't roll initiative. It's going to the character with the highest agility is going to act first. So I think it's Amelia right now.
Yeah, because I have just 5.
So Amelia, you can do one on your turn. You can do an action. The action could be attacking, using an ability or an item, or you can also flee. You can flee, either flee or try to hide. Those are the main actions that you can try and do.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously terrified, but I'm trying to fight the demon with my chainsaw. Can I?
Yes, of course. So to attack, roll it's an agility test, and so it's based on your agility. So it's 8 or lower for a success.
4 and 1, so 5 in
5.
total.
It's a success. So you rev up the chainsaw, and as you try and get it to work, you see that this man is just standing in front of you, just apparently looking unfazed, and the chainsaw comes to life, and you try and ram it into the huge belly of this man, and you know the flesh starts coming apart, and a black licorice liquid just splashes in your face, and he starts to scream, and you know he goes, "Ah," and you try and pull it up, and as he screams, "Ah," he starts to laugh actually, and the chainsaw stops. It comes with some kind of resistance, and you see that you had just rammed it into one of the faces that was moving in his belly, that is just screaming. So his main let's say head is laughing, and his belly is actually screaming, and he looks down and says, "Oh, poor Gerald. He has been with me for a few centuries. I'm going to miss him." And now it's my turn. So let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to do this.
So,
Yes.
my mental health can survive to this horrible vision.
So technically, yes.
Okay.
From a story point of view, you tell me. So what happens is the chainsaw has stopped. You try and pull it out, and you actually do with a horrible sucking sound. You pull it out, but as you struggle to get hold of the chainsaw, which is pretty heavy, the left hand of this, well, I was going to say man, but this monster just very quickly grabs hold of your wrist, and he says, "Where are you going? We're just getting started." And he starts to squeeze your arm. You feel a sharp pain in your wrist. So you suffer one wound, and I'm going to do a test. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. That is a success. So, and you see, Toby, you are transfigured. You see that again. This man were just crushing Amelia's arm, and you see on his belly a series of figures of drawings start to light up in a blood red light. They look like letters, but it's no alphabet that you know. And you see these letters slowly light up, and they start moving on his skin, and from his skin they pass onto Amelia's skin, and just they wrap around your wrist, and you feel a burning pain for a second, and you look, and he lets go of you. You look at your arm, and there is a burn on your skin that looks like the outline of a chain holding your wrist. And Toby, it's your turn.
I'm almost there to throw it up, but I think I should do something, even if I am shocked. So I suppose I will try to use my gun to try to hit that lighting lighter on his body. Maybe this can be helpful for my situation here.
Okay, so yes, roll an agility test to attack.
So 5 or less of 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are in shock, so you're going to use the blue parameters.
It is a 4. It is a 4. Incredible.
Okay. Yes, Amelia?
Just to be clear, so right now I have these letters printed on my skin.
Those letters actually transformed into this burn that looks like a chain. You have this your skin burn that looks like a chain on your arm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Toby, somehow you try and get a hold of yourself, and you point your gun. I mean, this thing, it's very big, so it is actually pretty hard to miss. So you shoot, and you hit him in the head, in his left eye, and with a horrible splorch, you hear And he turns his head, then turns it back towards you, and you see there is a big hole in his where his left eye was, and you see slowly that his skin starts to again almost like a wax that is going liquid starts to cover the hole, and he looks at you with an even bigger smile, and he says, "Ah, I see I'm not welcome, so I'll give you some time to think about that. Enjoy the rest of the night." And his left hand goes to his bowler hat, and he starts pulling it down, and with a almost comical, if it wasn't terrible, sound, with a he disappears, and you are again alone. If it wasn't for the sharp pain in your arm, Amelia, you would almost say that you dreamed the last few minutes, but you didn't.
Um,
I was just dreaming, right? This this is not real at all.
I
It
don't
cannot be.
know. I don't know what's going on. I'm here to search this ancient manufact. I don't know what happens
Ancient
this night.
manufacture. So you know about this stuff? I mean,
Yeah, they,
it's your job. What is this
yeah.
I have on my wrist? What is this? Do you know? What is
Uh,
this?
I, I I don't know exactly. Maybe we should try to um looking looking better. I don't know.
Both of you, please roll me a quick mind check, please.
I failed 11
Okay.
Um,
instead of 6.
I three
Okay,
success.
success. So as you are talking, you actually, for a moment, you see something, Amelia, in one of the windows, one that was covered by probably some kind of drape on the other side. You see movement. For a moment, you see a hand that had moved the drape, and then, but it's just a moment because the drape goes again
Okay.
over the window. But you know that there is someone inside.
Okay. So I start screaming. Is there anyone? I start to knock the door. Please um let us
Okay, so
enter.
you try and scream and
Yeah.
bang on the door, but there is no response for now. But it does look like you could be able to move the furniture. It is heavy, but you can try and topple it if you want.
What should I do? Sorry.
You can try and move the furniture if you want. The furniture
Uh,
that is against
uh
the door.
okay. Okay. I try.
Okay,
I
so
try to push.
yeah, at first you're not very big, so at first you have some problems, but with the help of Toby, which is definitely bigger and a little bit stronger, even if he's in his confused state, you slowly try and move the furniture with a
Okay.
which it's not very loud, but in the complete silence of this area, it feels extremely loud. You move it just enough so that you can enter the cabin, so you can move your so first you can move the your tokens in the hall, or I can do it for you, so you basically get here. um, there is and you have a moment to look around. It's not very There's not much lighting for now. You look around and it's looks like a dusty old cabin, but again, like the outside, it hasn't seen some manutention in quite some time. And you are looking around, but unfortunately, just as you are looking around, you hear a just to your side, and you uh, turn to see the end of a double-barreled shotgun just pointed at your faces, and you hear a voice saying, "Who the hell are you, and what the hell are you doing here?" And you see at the end, at the other end of a shotgun, you see a figure, the figure of a quite a big, broad-shouldered, burly man. You see disheveled blonde hair and quite a longish beard that has not seen a scissors or a razor in quite some time. He wears a flannel shirt, and again he's pointing this gun at you. I'm going to put a token here, and again he asks you, "Who are you and what are you doing and what are you doing here?" With the shotgun pointed at your faces.
Um, okay. Please, we need help. We did nothing wrong. We are haunted by something out there.
And he looks at you, and he looks at the furniture you moved, says, shit, close it.
Okay. Um,
I
we
will try
push
to
the.
move it.
Okay, you can. Well, it's not. It is heavy, but you can move it just like you opened it. You close it, and all the time this man just continues to point his gun at you. And uh, as you turn around again, How do I know you're real? And roll me a charisma check, please, both of you.
I miss it.
11.
Okay. I still can't trust you. So he moves the shotgun, and it's like he's pointing at something. And you turn around and you see there is a door on the pavement of the cabin. You see just on your left here. There is a trap door that is slightly open. You see, get in there. I'll decide what to do with you later.
Um. Okay. Um.
I'm too shocked to react, so
Okay.
I
I
slowly
tr-
move.
can I try to grab his shotgun?
Of course. Let's roll. So roll me an agility check. So this is a contested roll, so I'm going to roll 2, and we'll see who gets the success and who gets a better success.
It's a 9 for me.
Okay. Well, it's actually 10 for me, so you win. Congratulations.
Oh, okay.
So you fainted, but then you sprint forward and you grab the barrel of the shotgun. You wrestle a little bit, but you were very quick, so you take him by surprise, and you are able to wrestle the shotgun from his hands. And I don't know, do you point? What do you do with the shotgun?
Okay, I point to his face and
Okay,
I.
he raises his hands.
Okay, in the basement now.
No, please, stop. If you were one of those things, you would have already shot me. So you are real, right? You are real people.
Yeah, sure we are.
Yeah. Okay. Please, but no, don't close. Sorry, I'm sorry. Just it's not safe to stay in an enclosed area. Please, not there. My name is Thomas. The name is Merrick. Thomas Merrick.
I'm Amelia.
I'm Toby.
But you're the first people I see in a very long time. I'm stuck here. I don't even know how long. That thing out there. It killed my family.
I put down the shotgun, and
He relaxes a little bit.
So what happening here?
So you see he looks very tired, and he goes towards a chair that is in this place. So at first, let me see. This is a point of interest at this area, so we'll mark it. He goes towards a chair and kind of heavily sits down on the chair, and he says, he puts a hand to his head and says, I came here with my family for a couple of weeks of vacation. It was we rented this old cabin from a friend of mine. He just said that it was a bit old, but still, in good condition. And it was. I mean, we came here. There was just the remains of stuff from the previous owner. Uh, God, we started, renewing the place a little bit, and I found a very old tape recorder, and I turned it on, and there was the voice of a man. He was talking about, I don't know, an expedition, an archaeological expedition, and finding some ancient bullshit artifact or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was like an audiobook, someone reading an adventure book or something like that. But then he started uh, saying words in some very weird and creepy language, and after that, God, that thing appeared, and uh, he started hunting us in here. We tried to escape, but we could not exit the woods, and my wife was possessed by something. Uh, I don't know. She tried to kill me, and so I drove her out. And oh God, that thing took them one by one, and I'm left. I don't know why he hasn't come for me yet. But I've been here, I don't know, weeks, feels maybe months. I don't know. I'm so tired, and he kind of stays there.
Okay, how do we get out of here?
I don't know. I tried there. I tried walking. I just end up in the same places. I just end up again in front of this freaking cabin. We had a car. I tried taking the car, but again, after just going around in circles for a while, it died. Definitely, just I think a couple of weeks ago. I tried anything. There was a lake. There is a lake just to the south of here. I tried taking a boat, but it's useless. You can, I rode for hours, and I just ended up on the same side of the lake. It feels like
Okay.
it's impossible.
Any ideas too?
In my opinion, I need to sit down. I need to sit down a little bit. This thing is incredible. I've never seen something like that. And I've seen many things. I am a lawyer, so lawyers see things usually, but not like
Okay.
that.
So first of all, Amelia, you can, if you want, you can switch back to the calm state.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Toby, you can't because you're in shock.
I have a sedative. Can I use it?
You can, yes, of course. So you can pop the appeal, and uh, you you can cure one instability point. You go from shock to fear, so you're just scared
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I needed this. I needed this. Absolutely.
Have you find something weird, like something ancient or a weird book?
I mean, there was some weird stuff in here. I think that the owner must have been like a professor or something. Uh, no book. I mean, there are some pretty weird. There is some pretty weird stuff out there. I mean, uh, a tree tried to grab me and crush me. You may not believe me, but that's just what happened. And then there is that thing, and sometimes other people pass by, but they get either killed by that monster, or they get possessed by something, and you can hear them scream sometimes in the night. They just wander these woods. It's getting, as more people come by, it gets more and more dangerous. I I didn't fully explore the place, but so I don't know what is around these woods. I think it's too risky. But maybe now that there's more of us, maybe we can find something,
Yeah,
right? If one of us stays here, maybe you look pretty tired, and he points at Toby. Maybe you can stay here, and we can go and try and find something out there.
no way, absolutely no. I'm not staying here alone.
No, he was pointing at Toby. No,
Ah,
not at
okay.
he said that to you, Amelia. Maybe you can go outside.
I don't know. I don't know if safe to split up, but I am really tired, so maybe I can use that couch on there and have a little bit of rest. Are the door closed and the windows closed? So I suppose that if something enter, it have to destroy
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
furniture, right?
I barricaded all the doors and the windows from to the outside. There is no open exit.
Okay, okay. Now then I'm going to sit down in the couch and try to rest a little bit to regain some some brightness in my mind.
Yeah. Okay, so and
Okay.
this man Thomas, he looks at you so and says, "So shall we?
What? Sorry.
So shall we go? Are we going out?
Um, no, maybe I prefer to explore the cabin instead.
Ah, okay,
The rest of
okay,
the cabin.
she'll. Okay, there's not much, but yes.
Mm, so I move in the kitchen.
Okay, so in here, perfect. Let me just check something. And I guess you are exploring, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you start looking around, and yes, it is there is everything you might expect in a kitchen. So there are a set of frying pans, and you see knives. There is a very old fridge. Looks like it's been there from probably like the start of the 70s. And everything in the kitchen is pretty old, but again, so is the cabin. And
Okay.
you start, pulling up drawers and looking around, and you see. Let me check. What do you find? Okay, so you actually find in one of the drawers a little white box with a red cross, and it's actually a med kit, so a healing kit, which looks like to be maybe not as old as everything else. So you can write in your equipment that you have a med kit with one use.
Okay,
So the way
perfect.
it works is when you want to use it, you need to roll a mind test, and if you succeed, you can heal one wound.
Perfect.
So, and you Toby, from where you are, you hear the Amelia pulling out drawers and things like that. Um, and then you hear also something else, and you hear it too, Amelia, coming from right behind you. You hear chewing sounds and cutting sounds. You turn around and you see that humongous, enormous fat man sitting at the table and cutting something and eating something from a plate. And you, with very big, with horror, you realize that he's eating human fingers as they were sausages. And he says, "It's a little stale, but not that bad." So this is another monster apparition. So just like the first time, you switch in a fear state, but you can resist this time if you want.
Um, I won't just run
Okay.
away. I
So
won't
first,
just leave.
tell me if you want to try and resist the fear or not.
No,
Okay.
nope. I'm in
Okay. So
fear.
you switch to fear, and there is another thing. Unfortunately, since the you are for now alone with the monster, with technically you're alone. I actually act first. Sorry.
Okay.
So what am I going to do? I'm going to do this first. One, okay. Let me check. Okay. Ooh. So you see him again, eating this plate of human fingers, and yeah, a little stale. I might go for something fresher. And he turns around the fork and jabs it into the table and gets up. And you see a flash, and you you see the point of his umbrella. It's actually a long and jagged blade, and you see it flash towards you. And he's going to try and attack. Okay. Yes, unfortunately, it's a success. So the blade flashes towards you, and you feel it jam in your shoulder. You feel a sharp pain, and so you suffer another wound.
Okay.
Toby, you are hearing this, of course. You hear the commotion, the voice of the man, and you hear possibly Amelia screaming. I think. I guess
I'm screaming in pain, obviously. Yeah.
I wake up from the couch and try to run in the kitchen.
Okay. So first, now it's so who's got the so first it's Amelia's turn now. You have just been wounded by the umbrella.
Yeah, I'm bleeding, and I leave in the kitchen as quick as possible.
Okay, so you can actually try and run away. This is an act of fleeing. So let's see. You can let me just check something. Perfect. So you can move to the being that we are in a building, you can move either to an adjacent area, or you can move 2 areas if you want. So for example, from the kitchen, you might move to, I don't know, this room to try and hide, for example. So you tell me.
So I can I move to another room, like a bathroom?
Yeah, you can move to, it's 2 area movement, so you can try. So you move towards the, okay, you exit. So first you get out of the area.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. And you try and move to the door of to that door. You see the G area.
Yes.
And you try.
To the G.
You grab the handle and try and pull. And of course, unfortunately, the door seems to be locked.
Okay.
So let me see. First, I'm going to have to do a roll. Let's see. Sorry, just need to check something. Okay. Okay. So you see that, and you, Toby, you get up and you look at Thomas, and he looks just like petrified, completely overwhelmed by fear. He had gotten a hold of the shotgun again, but it's visibly shaking, so it doesn't look like he's going to be much help. And you see the hulking figure of this man, this, let's call it a man, even though it's evidently not. Just you see him poke his big head from the door of the kitchen, and he says, "That was a little bit better. Now we're getting closer and closer to the climax. Don't miss the fun." And you see a fire from the stove appear and just like swallow him, and he disappears again.
Okay.
So you are left alone again, and unfortunately, Amelia, you are profusely bleeding, I think, since you suffered 2 wounds.
I should use kit, a medical kit.
Yeah. And again, Toby, you can act too. Of course, again, as you're seeing, Thomas is completely shaking and overwhelmed by fear.
I can try to calm him, but I don't know.
Yeah, of course. You can try and roll a charisma test, and Amelia, you can roll a mind test to use the healing kit.
Obviously, I failed the charisma test. Double
Okay,
six
so
here.
I
ouch.
made I made
So you
9.
9, which and how much do you have for mind? You are scared right now. So
8.
you have
I
8.
failed.
So unfortunately, that's a failure. So you try and use the med kit, but your hands are shaking. So unfortunately, the healing kit is lost, and you
Okay.
haven't not recovered your wound.
Okay. So at this point, um,
Well, I have another medikit. Maybe I can use on there because I'm
You can try, of
insane at the
course,
moment.
and either you or Amelia can try the mind test. It's one or the other.
I have 10 of mine, so maybe.
That's very good,
uh,
actually. And
um,
since there are two of you, I'm going to give you also a little bit of a bonus. So I'm going to give you a +1 to your mind.
Okay, okay. So I'm
It's like
rolling.
a yes, and you have to just go 11 or lower.
This time I did it. Okay, so I'm.
Okay. So Toby, you have a bit of a firmer hand because you don't have a wound, a gaping wound in your shoulder. So you are able to touch Amelia a little bit. So Amelia, you can recover one wound.
thank you, Toby. You saved
You are
my life.
welcome. You're welcome. But Thomas, this thing is
Ah,
made of flesh.
yeah. I I I I I I don't know. He did all kinds of sick stuff while he was hunting my family. He looks like he enjoys this. I, I don't know what it is. I'm not a scholar. I'm just a normal person. He looks a little bit calmer, but he doesn't look like he's going to be much help. I mean, he doesn't look like he knows anything useful, possibly.
How did you survive this? I mean,
I I don't know. I barricaded myself in here and tried to avoid the uh, possessed people. I guess he was just playing with me. I don't know why he left me alive. I really don't know.
Um, near the letter F, is it a
Yes.
door? Is it a door at the end of
Uh, yes, there are.
um,
Yes, that is a back door. That also has been barricaded.
okay. Um, I want to try to open this door.
Okay. Make a strength roll.
9.
Okay, which is a failure, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yes, unfortunately,
Okay.
it's a failure. So you try and you move the furniture a little bit and you try and open the door, but
Oh,
it's you see it is so rusted that it's almost like the door it's fused with the wall of the cabin. So you try and open it, and it just won't move. Give me both of you. Give me a mind roll, please.
for me, it's a success.
Success. Okay, I just need one. So you're uh,
I'm a 7, so success even for
both
me.
okay. Two successes. Cool. So you are looking around around the cabin for anything useful. Amelia, you are actually trying to open the door, but again, the door is looks like it's almost fused to the wall, and you try and pull and pull and pull. The handle actually goes off, and you fall on your back, and it just
Okay.
in a cloud of dust. And as you are getting up, coughing and
Oh,
yeah, you Toby, you go and try and help her up, and you
Yeah.
see just to your right, just lying on the floor near the corner of the room, there is you notice something a little bit that stands out a little bit because it looks like a roll of parchment. And you actually, you Amelia in particular, notice it because it looks like some kind of ancient parchment, ancient paper, maybe
Okay.
a scroll or something.
Yeah. So I am the expert here. So yes, I notice immediately, and I take it to take a closer look.
So you see that it is yeah, it is a single scroll. Maybe it's a page taken from a book. It is pretty ancient. You would say, given your expertise, you would say that it's probably might be from somewhere around the Middle Ages, maybe 12th, 13th century. And it is actually in Latin, so it's not that easy to read. You can translate it. It's going to take a while, but you try your best and you will start to read it. And it looks like it is a part of a longer text. Unfortunately, you only have this page. Um, but this page actually it seems to be taken from kind of ancient bestiary, those books that talked about various creatures, either real or from fiction. And from the description, it looks to talk about a creature whose name you cannot, for the life of you cannot translate it. You don't understand it. But from the description of it, it looks to be like the monster you're dealing with, and it speaks something about the origin of this thing. Apparently, this thing was the first child. It says from the legend that it is the first child of death, and the first child of death is something actually that was made by the action of man because he is the spirit of desecration of graves. And with time, his own existence drove him mad. So now he stalks the dimensions, hunting for people and souls. Another way, apparently, to be able to summon this creature. So you don't know why someone would want to summon this creature, probably to try and use it in some sort of perverted and twisted way. But apparently, one way to summon this creature is through the pages of a particular book, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, or roughly translated, the Book of the Dead. And apparently, reading the right passage from the same book is the only way to weaken him enough to be able to banish him again from whatever it is, the place that he is from.
Okay. So we should find this book.
Yeah, absolutely. Does the symbol on the signature on the paper resemble the monster on his skin, or they
Yes,
are completely?
the part where the name of the monster is written closely resembles the letters that you saw light up on his chest.
We have to find that book. Absolutely. Thomas, have you ever been in the cellar?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I have explored the cellar. The I didn't find anything useful.
Okay, nothing that resemble a book or something like that.
Uh,
Where is the tape recorder? We can.
I, 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 I smashed it in a fit of rage. It's yeah, it was in the cellar, but I grabbed it and I smashed it on the ground. I was completely mad.
So substantially, you destroyed the only way we have to
What?
repeat the word, right?
I,
Because
you want to repeat the same words that brought that thing here? So maybe another what? He starts to
so,
freak out a little bit.
okay, please calm down. Please calm down, mate.
It,
There is
well,
no way.
I'm
There is no way to fight each other. We need
no, no,
to
of course.
assemble and help each other.
Um. Okay. What's your plan right now? We should explore the remaining room, or I don't
I
know.
I suppose we can take uh, before exploring the cellar. Maybe we can try to open up all the rooms and see if there is something useful, and
Okay.
then go in the cellar. That is seems a little bit more dangerous than the other rooms. Maybe because the monster appear in the
Yeah.
kitchen, so there is no way to be safe here, in my opinion.
Um, I agree. I don't know. Maybe we should move in the bedroom.
Yeah, that is the H or the E room. I don't remember. I don't know
The
what.
E.
The E. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so you move to the E,
we can
and
move cautiously maybe, so we are more safe.
What?
We can move with caution, so we are a little bit more safe.
Okay.
okay, so you actually you both move cautiously into this room, right?
Hmm.
So you try first. You try the handle, and the door seems to open. This one opens up, no problem. So and it opens up on a room, just like you more or less like you see it. So it's a very old, pretty old and dusty
Um.
bedroom. There looks to be nothing for but just at the first glance, nothing catches your eye.
Okay.
So he also Thomas follows you.
Please,
Mm,
Thomas, put the gun down. Don't point it is
Oh,
higher.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, he points it down and just puts it against the wall of the corridor.
Maybe we should check better the room if there is something. I don't know if we can check the room after we entered it.
Yeah, you can with a test of mind. You can try and do a more thorough search of the area you're in. So you did enter the room, right? So you are in
Yes.
this area. Okay, let's say you're here.
Maybe I can do the test because my mind is higher.
um.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And I succeed.
Success.
I did a
Okay, so
failure.
let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see what do you find. Okay, so you try and move a little bit of furniture. You examine the room. There isn't really anything peculiar in the room, except the only thing you find it's under the bed. There is a small chest with a few hiking utensils. Most of them are broken. The only thing that looks still usable is some rope. You find about 40, maybe 50 feet of rope that looks to be still in a kind of a good condition. So if you want, you can write again in your equipment that you have this rope.
The rope. Okay.
But you also notice something else, not from the room actually. So there is actually a window that looks out from this side of the cabin. So you have to think that this is the cellar. So this is not here. You are looking actually outside in the woods, and there is the usual milky, whitish fog and light from the outside, so you wouldn't be able to tell what time it is on the day. It should be night, from judging from the time that you came here, but it looks like it could be any time of the day. And that is why you actually notice that there is another color, something else, quite a bit in the distance. You see something, and you move the drape a little bit, and you see something like a very small pulsating red light come from a bit far away in the woods, but you're not even sure at first, but then you see it, just this little pulsating point of red light.
Red
Okay.
light.
and it's more or less from this area, so a little bit on the left side of the map. It's
Um,
not very clear, but again, it's generally from the leftmost side of the map.
Maybe it's a police car. Maybe could be. Maybe
It
it's wrong.
doesn't
what?
really look like a police car, a police car
Ah,
light.
okay. I don't know. I think we should remain in there because we are too exposed um, in the middle of the wood.
Yeah, I agree. We don't need to leave here.
Yeah, but Thomas, chimes in and says, "Yeah, but what if whatever we need to manage that thing is actually out there? I've been holed up in here for weeks, maybe months, and nothing happened. Maybe we have a chance to find something useful out there. Now that we're a group."
What do you think, Amelia? Should we trust this guy?
Um, yes, I think we should trust him. We have no choice.
Yes, we could decide to die inside or outside. So let's try to do something, I think.
Mm,
Okay, so what do you decide to do?
So I
Um,
suppose we try to move outside the cabin again.
Okay, so you can, since this is a building, it's not that big. You can easily go from the area you are to the outside if you want. I'm not going to interrupt you. Oh, just
Can we
there.
leave from the window itself or not? Can
Sorry?
we exit from? Can we exit from the window or the
Oh
window
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah. You
barricaded?
can try and exit from the window. Give me an agility roll. It's old and dusty glass. You can try and open it with care, but give me a roll.
Okay, I did an 8. I have 9
Okay, it's a
in fear.
success. So you open it, and it doesn't look very safe, but you are actually able to open the window without breaking it or cutting yourself on the glass. So now, yes, you can exit from the window if you want. That would move you immediately to this outside area. And just now that we're at it, just one last rule that could be useful. Since this is a cinematic game, we have a rule that's called rewind and fast forward. So each one of you can do it once per session. The rewind, basically, it means that you can roll again a failed roll. You roll something, you fail, you can throw it again, and each one of you can do it once per session. The fast forward, it's basically when you move, you can decide to move 2 areas instead of one. So basically, completely skipping one area.
Okay. And does it need the roll or not?
No, it's automatic, but again, you can only do it once per session.
One per session and one per character. So if
Yes,
I
each one of you can do it once per session.
okay, so I suppose I can try to make a fast forward to reach the area from which the red light comes, or something like that. Move
You
it
may
towards.
absolutely try that. So first, I'm guessing first you move to the outside, right? To the
Yeah,
J area.
yeah,
Okay, so you
but
all get out. Let me
yeah,
try and
okay.
do a roll. Are you moving stealthily or exploring
I
for
suppose we
now?
could. I suppose I could explore. Yeah.
Okay, let me check just something. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Okay. So you try while you're at it, you try and look around for anything that could be useful. The only thing you find in here is that just leaning on the wall of the cabin in here near the corner, you find something that looks like a bottle, a glass bottle. You Pick it up and open it and look at it. And it's actually an old bottle of whiskey, of actually a very, very good quality whiskey, which is still like three quarters full. So you can write in your sheet that you have a bottle of whiskey with you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
done.
for now you are in this area. So and for the purposes of the game, this the outside is all one area. So from here you can decide to move, south or southwest to where you saw the light. Um, there's no need to do ulterior movement. And Amelia, I'm guessing you are following everyone
Yes,
else.
I'm not
Okay,
very sure because I'm afraid of what is outside. But yes, I'm following Toby.
okay. And first of all, you all can go back to the calm state because you had a moment to catch your breath and try and
Okay.
recenter yourself.
Okay. When I come back to the calm state, I didn't regain my instability. I mean, it's
Unfortunately,
just
not. You
okay.
still
Okay.
have you're still just 1 point away from getting in shock again.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so now where do you do? How do you want to move? Do you want to, like you
Yes.
said, do the fast forward?
Yeah, toward the red light, I suppose.
Okay,
The best option, in my
okay. So I'm
opinion.
going to move your tokens to where you go. And so when you do the fast forward, you actually completely skip one area, so you don't even reveal it, and you reveal only the area where you arrive. So I'm just going to highlight the point where you actually arrive. So let's see here, and so you can move your tokens in this
Yeah.
area. So yeah, you do a little bit of a sprint here. You come up in the L area. You do a little bit of a sprint. You actually you see on your left, a few yards on your left, another patch of these charred black trees that seem to sway even if there is no wind. But luckily, you don't need to get, for now, you don't need to get through that patch of trees, and you are able to go past it towards the area where you actually saw the light. And let me check if something happens. Okay. Okay, just another roll. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that is interesting. Let's see. I'm going to need you to choose. So, Toby, choose 1 and 2, 3 and 4, or 5 and 6.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Amelia, same question. You cannot choose the 3 and 4.
1 and 2.
Okay. Okay. So you're actually doing, a little bit of a jog, of a sprint, and you are trying to your best to follow. You see that light every once in a while, and Amelia, you are actually leading the group because you feel like maybe this is the way to free yourself from this nightmare. And Toby, you are a little bit behind, and you see Amelia, yes, run towards the light, but then she starts to slow down a little bit, slow down until she stops and just stays there, staring at the red light. You you go near her to maybe she saw something. You try and see what happens, and she turns towards you, and her eyes have gone completely white. Her skin has dark veins all over her face, and she looks at you with a very inhumanly wide green and big jagged teeth. And Amelia, I'm sorry, I'm going to need you to attack one of your two friends. You decide who. Or maybe if you
Okay.
want, I can randomly roll if you want. I'm sorry, but you have been possessed.
Okay. What's the name of the guy with the gun?
It's
Um.
a Thomas.
Okay. I'm attack Thomas. Yeah.
Okay, so please roll to attack. So first, this is another dreadful event. So Toby, you pass in a fear state unless you try and resist.
I try to resist.
Okay, so roll me
Check.
a mind check. Yes.
I succeed because I did a 6.
Okay, you are able to resist the fear of seeing Amelia taken over by some kind of mysterious force. And she just jumps towards Thomas with these long nails and definitely longer teeth than normal. So yeah, please roll to attack.
Okay, so I did 2.
It's a very huge success.
Okay.
So you jump towards Thomas, and you see Toby actually. She grabs him, and she actually bites him on the shoulder and takes out a chunk of flesh from his shoulder. And Thomas is just screaming, and he's a pretty big man, so he actually grabs Amelia and throws her away, but not before again she is able to actually dislodge a chunk of flesh from his shoulder, and he's bleeding quite a bit. Now it's your turn, Toby. You can do something. We actually, technically speaking, we are in a fight.
Okay. I try to. Wait a moment. I would like to see if I can use my ability Lionhearted, but I suppose not.
Let me check.
You can use when witnessing a dreadful event.
With the least okay, but after. Okay, was that you don't shift into fear state? Okay, allora, let's see. I like the idea, so let's say that you can try and use it. So for the purpose of this, let me check the ability. You can use this dreadful event, and this is a dreadful event, definitely. One other character. Okay, you do not shift into fear, which you already did. Okay. Yes, you can actually try and use it. So you need to roll a charisma check because there is a C beside the name.
Okay.
And
So
you can try.
a 6. Okay.
Yes.
We swallow your soul, Toby.
Nice.
I'm tired of this shit, and I succeeded the test of charisma. So
Okay,
I try to
Nice,
take
yeah.
I try to take Amelia and Scroller. I give
Describe to me.
some
Describe to me how you snap her out of this possession.
So let's say I try to talk to her. Amelia, you are stronger than this thing. You are better than this white eyes shitty creature. Please come back to yourself. And I slap her in the face, trying to shock her.
And yeah, and as you slap her, you know her head shakes, and you see that almost as a consequence of your slap, the black veins start to go away, and her eyes actually roll again forward. And you, Amelia, you feel like you're turning into yourself again, and you feel a bit of a strange taste in your mouth. Like like you just try to swallow some raw meat.
Okay.
You
What
see
happened?
Thomas, he's holding his shoulder and he's bleeding. What the fuck, lady? Are you crazy? God, shit, burns. Ah,
I can't control
stay
myself.
away from me.
Okay.
He's comprehensibly a bit scared.
So at this point, we know that this evil force can possess us anytime. So I think we should get out of there very quick.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think that the symbol that the monster put on our wrist, maybe this is the way with which she can possess us. Thomas, show me your wrist. please.
But you see, his flannel shirt has the um, he's stuck up, so you can see only his forearms, and you don't see uh, any symbol like chains or like that. You don't. His skin looks he looks clean.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. So he cannot be the one that the entity will possess later, probably. We can try to proceed west,
Through the
right? Yes, through the
um
woods.
uh, we should follow the red light.
Yes, this side, right?
Yeah, it's it was west the direction.
Yes, so we could go toward west.
Okay.
Then.
Okay. So do you move stealthy?
Not anymore. I mean, he's completely useless against this entity, right?
I don't know.
Let's try searching stuff.
Okay,
Me too.
so you try. So first, let me highlight the area. So let's see here. Oh, it's so slow. And here, and and also this. Sorry. So you see. Okay, there's this. Okay, yeah, you can move your tokens. And you keep on proceeding towards the light and towards the woods that actually really look like they look the same. You really feel that you will not be able to get out even if you wanted, and until you start going towards the clearing, and the red light it's going a little bit stronger and stronger, and you actually get in a small clearing between the trees, and the trees in this area look completely naked. It's just barren wood, which is either white or black with age. So these look like a bunch of skeletons just standing around in a circle, and you see that the origin of the red light is in this clearing. So you make your way towards there. First, to the left of you, you see there is a pier. You see this wooden pier with a rowboat tied to one of its ends. Just a little something to notice. But then you make way towards this clearing, and you see that the origin of the black light, it's of the red light. Sorry, it's a big gash, like a small canyon in the ground in the front of you, and from this gash, this pulsating red light is coming out. And as you get closer, you start to hear a noise like a, and you actually see the ground start to move inside this gash, and you see a form starting to appear inside this gash, a little form, something square-ish. You are a little bit blinded by this red light, but as your eyes adjust, you see that almost like it presented to you this item. You see a big book clad in leather standing there on the ground, on the red gash just in front of you. And you see this book is bound in very rough and unworked skin, and someone made some adjustments on the cover that so that it almost looks like the twisted visage of a human face that is just staring at you on this book.
Oh wait, it is not Stephen King, but maybe I would like to read it loud just now.
Okay. So I run immediately towards the book.
Okay. So yes. So you pick up the book, and you have studied these kind of arguments, these kind of topics, basically your entire life, and you had heard of this item of this book, but you had not actually seen it. You actually believed that it was just a legend, but you are pretty sure that you are standing in front of a copy of maybe the only Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. So you pick it up, right?
Yeah.
You pick it up, and it's pretty heavy actually, and it smells pretty badly. It almost looks like, again, someone bound the cover with leather without working it, so it's very rough. You can almost feel the hair on your fingers of this leather. So it's a very unpleasant sensation. And you start what do you do with the book? Sorry.
I open the book and try to read it. I'm searching for the right formula.
Okay. Okay, so you do that, and it is written in a very strange cryptographic language. And as you try and frantically look for the right passage, you hear an unfortunately kind of familiar voice behind you, and you say that, and you hear a voice saying, "Ah, it's not very nice to take other people's stuff, isn't it, dearies?" And you turn around and you see the familiar visage of the huge white
Oh no.
man with a
Not
hat
you again.
standing
Not
behind you.
again. Not again.
I'm sorry
Okay.
that it's a yes again. So we are starting again with a fight. Give me a second. So again, just like before, the character with the highest agility starts. So, oh, first, I'm sorry, you switch into a fear state unless you try and resist. So tell me if you try to
Okay.
Okay,
resist.
I'm in fear state.
Okay, so
I'm
you
too.
switch.
I'm
Okay, so
too
you
because
both
I
switch to fear. Perfect.
yes, because so I can get my higher agility and higher mind.
Okay, so now I think Toby has a higher agility. So it's your turn.
Okay. So I would like to attack it with my gun again, even if it's
Okay.
useless. But I would like to gain some useful moment for Amelia to read the book. So I try to
Okay. Okay,
engage
roll an
in.
agility. Yeah, roll an agility test.
I
Yeah,
need
this is
to do
the
less than 9,
needless to
and
say, this is the showdown.
it is 9. So I
9.
succeed.
So barely a success. Okay. So you point your gun. You see this huge man starts walking towards you very heavily, and you are a little bit shaking because you're scared, but you try and you shoot, and the bullet actually passes through his hat, leaving a little bit of a hole. And he looks up and far. Well, that's not very nice either. And you see he pushes you away, and he goes towards Amelia, and he's just towering over you. And it's my turn now. Let's see, what can I do? I think you just do something very simple. Okay. No, I can use a. Unfortunately, I can use a rewind too.
Okay.
Oh,
So again, another flash of his jagged blade, and you feel a sharp pain on your leg. You see that he
Oh.
has made a deep cut on your thigh, so you suffer another wound, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
At this point, I try to attack with my chainsaw.
Okay. So yeah, roll an agility test.
Then,
Okay, unfortunately, it's a failure.
yes.
Yeah, sorry. You you desperately swing the chainsaw, and you see Toby. This monster, actually, he doesn't move. He stays still, and your chainsaw actually hits him, and you completely remove his left hand that kind of flies a couple of yards away. And you see he stands there and he looks at his missing hand. He looks at you and again he smiles and he says, well, that's an original way to ask for someone's hand. And he starts to laugh again with a big fat laugh. And let me do a little bit of something. And you see Toby, actually his left hand starts to move on its own and slowly crawling back towards its owner.
You never stop, don't you?
Okay, that is actually a failure. Okay, so you see Amelia, you see all the faces that move on his chest, they stop and they look towards you, and you feel they are staring deep into your soul. They are trying to actually to almost bury in your soul. And for just a moment, you feel like you are getting pulled towards him, but not your body, something else. Something inside you is getting pulled towards this man. But you focus on the physical pain that you're feeling on your of your wounds, and you're actually able to resist this pull. And he looks a little disappointed, and he's this is a strong one. And you see in all this, you see Thomas is actually he's visibly shaking, and he drops the shotgun and starts running away, unfortunately. And now it's Toby. It's your turn.
Can I try to get the shotgun?
Yeah, of course. It's not even an action. It's in the same area, so you do a little sprint and you pick up the shotgun.
Okay, I would like to try to shot to the blade in order to break it free. From the blade.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an agility test.
I have 9, and I did 5, so I succeed.
Okay. Yeah. So you succeed. You point the shotgun and with a loud, you shoot to the blade of the chainsaw, right?
The blade of the
to the umbrella. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You shoot to the umbrella, and it in a normal situation it would have disintegrated an umbrella, but this it just moves a little bit. You feel a tinge of pain, Amelia, but again, yes, the blade gets out of your leg, and you are again free. He says he looks at you and says, "You're feisty." It's been a little bit boring, but I guess it's time to finish this. And he starts to get towards you, Toby.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Yes, this time is a success. And again, just like before, the faces on his chest starts looking at you, and you feel something getting pulled out of you. And unfortunately, this time you are not able to resist. And for just a moment, your vision goes black, and your ears just get blasted with the screams, thousands and thousands of screams and cries, and you feel like you're starting to go mad. Yes, Amelia.
At the same time, while they are distracted, can I read the book and try to find?
It's your turn, in fact. Yeah, you give me a mind check, a mind roll, please.
Okay.
And remember that you have the rewind if you want. I think
Okay.
it's time to try and use it if you fail.
Okay, I do a 7, so it's a success.
Okay, it's a success. So you are able to, as the monster is focused on Toby, you are actually able to concentrate a little bit on the reading, on translating these passages, and you somehow you find the right page. First, you see the page that contains the words to summon this thing. That it must be the one that was read on the tape recorder. And you scroll even more, and you find the page where there are the verses to banish him.
Yes.
And you start reading some of these words, and these words are so alien to your tongue that you feel like you are scratching your throat just trying to pronounce some of these words. But at the same time, you feel a rush of something, a rush of power get out of you and out of the book and go towards this monster. And you see kind of somehow some kind of purple mist start to get pulled out of this man from the faces on his chest and get sucked into the book. And the book sucks this purple mist, and after a few seconds of this, it closes suddenly without you being able to control it, and completely on its own, it flies out of your hand and just dives into the gash that closes itself again. And you, Toby, use this concert of choir of cries and shouting. It lasts only a couple of seconds, because then you are again in your body. You're looking at this big man that is looking at you, and for the first time you do not see him smiling. You actually see him a little shocked, actually, and he turns towards Amelia and he says, "What have you done?" And he starts, unfortunately, walking towards you, and it's my turn. Pray I failed this roll.
You failed? Okay.
Nope. And
Well,
you see this man walk towards you, and he's just walking, but he looks like he's phasing in and out of existence, and he walks towards you, and you see, Toby, you are not, unfortunately, you're not fast enough to react. You see him grab Amelia by the throat, try and start and raise her, and before you can do anything, you get stabbed in the stomach with the pointy and jagged umbrella, and you see the man push a button on his umbrella. The umbrella opens, and Amelia, you are cut in half, killing you. Sorry.
Okay.
oh,
I think I made it, so no, I'm dead. I'm brutally dead.
what a twist.
Sorry.
So Amelia is dead, but I see her dying.
Yeah,
Or-
you see her
Like-
dying.
because he attacked her, not attacked. He doesn't attack me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like pieces of my body are raining everywhere right now.
Yeah, a little bit. And it's your turn, Toby. So first of all, you are already in a fear state, so you don't need to switch again to fear. It's okay. So because you saw, someone getting killed, but it's your turn. You can do something, and you see
Okay.
that this man it's not smiling anymore. It's actually, it looks like his breathing is heavy. See, looks like he's tired.
Is still the chance of here? I can take it without any.
Yeah, of course. The chainsaw is on the ground near the remains of Amelia.
Okay, I think this need to be done in her honor, and I try to smash the monster with the chainsaw.
Yes, please.
Perfect. Which is also a brutal weapon.
Yeah.
So nice. Okay, so do an agility roll to try and attack.
Okay. It's a 9, so I suppose I do a 3. So I suppose I succeed.
Success. Okay. So you smash the chainsaw inside the man, and since you have read the words from the Necronomicon, Amelia read the words before getting brutally killed. Sorry. So Toby, describe to us how you banish this monster from whence he came.
Well, I try to move the chainsaw through his body from the bottom of his chest to his head, trying to split in two in order to remind his brutal murder of Amelia. Let's say
Okay,
a sort
yeah,
of
so
revenge stuff.
Yeah, so you ram the chainsaw inside his body, and he's this time he screams, and it looks like real screams of pain this time. So and you try and you start to slowly push the blade of the chainsaw up, and as you open it, you actually you are able to see the faces that were moving under his skin get actually whatever it was that was under his skin, it starts getting out, and you see small wisps of light, which is purple light, white light, many colored light, just start getting out of his body and into the air. You think you are seeing maybe souls of people that were swallowed by this thing, that are starting to get free, and this thing is screaming, and you get you push the blade up and up and up until you get to his neck, and you, with a final swing, you push it up all the way, and he stands there with a big gaping gash in his chest up until his neck, and he stays there, and he takes a couple of steps back, looks like he's starting to lose his balance, and he gets to the start of the gash in the ground where the book disappeared, and you actually see the gash almost wanting to trip him. It moves a little bit, and he loses his balance for the last time, and you see this giant body just fall down and get swallowed in the ground by this giant red gash. You hear a last scream, and the ground slowly starts to close until, with a final boom, the ground completely closes and you are left alone. So first of all, you lose another instability point, which puts you in shock.
I get shot. Okay.
Which is, I mean, it's kind of comprehensible, but you are alone with the remains, the scattered remains of Amelia, and slowly, very slowly, you see around you the mist, the milky white mist, starts to actually recede, and it's pulling away from you, and you are starting to see more and more of the woods. You see the lake, a lake just to the south of you. So I'm going to show you, just for kicks, I'm going to show you the whole map. You see a lake just to the south of you with a few boats. You are able to find your way back to your car, and although in a little bit of a confusion, you almost in a automatic way, you put the keys inside your car, and this time it starts with no problem. And tell us, how do the next few days look for Toby after this quite peculiar and frightening experience?
Well, first of all, I take the phone. Before starting the engine of my car, I sit down and I call my client and I tell him, "Fuck you, I resign. Goodbye." And
that's understandable.
Then I start the engine. Well, maybe I stop a little bit more because I think that the body of Amelia should have a decent rest there.
Okay.
So I try to make remains stay in, I don't know,
Okay.
under the ground in some way to give her
Yeah.
some respects.
You find an old shovel actually in the cabin. There is no sign of Thomas. You don't know where he went. You find an old shovel, and you actually find in the woods an area where that looks like that someone already dug something, and so you dig a grave for Amelia, and your curiosity, has the best of you, and you open up this other fleshly moved ground, and you find the remains of what looks like a woman and two children, possibly Thomas's family.
Yeah.
Since it has already been used as a cemetery, it looks like a good place to lay the rests, the body of Amelia to rest.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Let's see. Then I start the engine of the car. I leave, and probably my next days will be searching a guy about this Thomas because I suppose he has something to do about this whole stuff, and I think
Okay.
at the end it
And
deserves some kind of you know uh, let's say some kind of punishment for his action, even if
Okay.
he already had, but killing his family. But
Okay.
it's
and
And
not
so,
enough.
yeah.
I suppose you need like 10 years of therapy
Yeah,
to
for sure. To regain, yes, my sanity.
So yeah, so for the next few days, maybe few years, you have a new objective, and sometimes it almost feels like you know something, you know things you before you didn't know it, that you actually did never read anywhere. So maybe some part of Amelia is still able to help you in some way, but that's something for another story. So for now, we see Toby's car, rolling out on the street and getting away from the site of this nightmare. And I want you to imagine, we see Toby at the wheel with a look of, a renewed determination in his eyes. And then the image starts to fade out, and we start to roll the credits, because we have come to the end of tonight's story, of our very horror story.
That's great. I love it.
Great. Despite my sad and gruesome hand, it was fun.
Yeah, sorry. I think at least I hope that I made it spectacular enough to be
Sure, sure.
worthy,
Oh,
Evil Dead
for sure.
worthy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Very evocative.
Thank you. So thank you for playing tonight. So I do hope that you enjoyed the game, and the the all the references to the Evil Dead. And I hope that I made that I treated the franchise with the respect that we want to give it. So I hope you enjoyed everything. And with that, I think we can close it for tonight. So I say to you, good night and good fright.
Good
Thank
night.
you very much.
Bye.
Good night. Good night. Hi again. I hope you liked the session. As I said at the beginning, this session was recorded a week ago. We had a lot of fun playing the game VHS. That I remind you, at the moment, at the very actual moment, is running a campaign of crowdfunding for the season 2 is already funded, and you can find the link to the campaigns and to the quick start at the beginning of the comments for this specific live. I will take just a minute more for you from your time, just to remind you that the next week we are going to have a very cool live. We come back to the, let's say, to the standard live with some guests, and we are going to have a very cool live talking about Evil Dead posters with Graham Humphreys, that you already know, and Marzio Frey. Marzio is a very expert collector of painting, and so we are going to talk about UK and Italian posters of the Evil Dead. Um, the next week, so on the September the 20th, we are going to talk about Evil Dead posters, and I even have a little and cool surprise for you all, because I recovered, thanks to guys that collect this kind of stuff. I recovered a Evil Dead Italian trailer from 1984, and it is very cool, this trailer, because it show up even a painting, the painting of the Italian poster. So it will be very cool to talk about posters with even this kind of object to show, because I mean it's a so old trailer but so well scanned that you can see all, even the paintbrush on the painting itself. Okay, thank you very much for following this live. I hope you liked the game as me and Sylvia liked to play it. It was a longer live than usual because the session itself, um, it's a it's longer than one of our lives as RPG is a very good time to play a game. Is a single session. The one we played is not a campaign, but it was very enjoyable and we really loved it. So see you later the next week. I have some surprise for you, and hopefully I will announce the next lives I'm on which I'm working on. Have a nice night or a nice day, depending on your time zone. Goodbye. Bye bye.